Alright, here's another Dreamweaver tutorial. This time I'm going to teach you how to create transparent backgrounds, but also a stationary background inadvertently. Okay, so you've made yourself a nice full color background, but you've realized that the text is really hard to read, as seen here. Okay, what do? You create a semi-transparent background to your text area so that the text is still able to be read, but the image is not totally hidden. Okay, and to do this is really simple. You can do it with Photoshop or any other program that can create a transparent image. Okay, so if you open up Photoshop, say New, and doesn't really matter how big you make this because we're going to tile it anyway. So I'm just going to make it 10 by 10 pixels. Alright, that's fine. Say OK, and there's a tiny little transparent background, as you can see. Now it's good to make it small because it'll decrease file size. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new layer, and we're going to delete this old one. And what we're going to do is, depending on the color of our background, is the color that we're going to put here. So go back to Dreamweaver. Our background is like a full color picture, so generally a black will work because we've got white text, or if we have black text we should make a white sort of opaque background. So I'm just going to go with black for now. So go back to Photoshop, and we're going to go pick a black color here, and we're going to make it black. Okay, but now's the time for opacity. So using the opacity option here, I'm going to drop that down a little bit. I'm going to go with I go with about 65. That'll do for now. So at 65%, that's it. File, save as. Now you want to save this into the location that your website files are. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now, and I'm going to call it trans back black. Okay, and you want to make sure it's a PNG, very important, because some of these other formats will not recognize transparency. Make sure it's a PNG, save, say OK. Okay, now we have a transparent image, and if we go back to Dreamweaver, now we just got to apply this. So clicking on the table itself that we have here, right click or press Shift F5, or right click and say edit tag. And now with browser specific, we're going to browse for a background image, which in this case is going to be our tiny little transparent background. When you press OK, you'll see that it has been applied. We have a semi-transparent background, and if I test this in a web browser, you'll have a look and see how it works. So we've got a bit of a transparent background running. We can still see our image in the back, but now our text is much clearer. Again, the site looks a little bit better. Okay, so that's the easy way. I think it's the easiest way to make a transparent background. You can do it with rules and codes and all that kind of stuff, but it is way easier just to make a little thing in Photoshop. Okay, so that's that. If you want to, you'll notice as the page scrolls, the image is staying stationary. Okay, and that's because I've used a tiny bit of code. I'll show you it right here. It's this one right here. Okay, so this code is making the background be fixed. Okay, so that's a tiny little bit of code for free there.